Hey.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
I want to welcome everybody.
Happy Wednesday, Tequila.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Make sure y'all turn y'all can zoom out of it.
I can't get into mine.
No, just exit out of it right now.
I'm just sharing the groups. I'm just sharing it to all my groups right now.
Okay.
I can't get into
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to press mute real fast for y'all. I'm going to just press mute real fast. So, welcome to Bounceback Wednesday. What's up, Tequila? What's up, Bill? Happy Bounceback Wednesday. I'm your host, Jamila Hanif.
I'm Fatima Hanif.
And we have some amazing guests, Fahim and Hamza, and they will share more about who they are. We use this platform to raise awareness about ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. So some of you may not know what ACEs is. ACEs, it was a study that Kaiser and the CDC conducted between 1995 and 97. They conducted the study on 17,800 of their HMO members. And what they discovered was that a lot of their health issues were tied to their adverse childhood experiences, because these adverse childhood experiences, it was trauma. Trauma creates toxic stress. Toxic stress creates chronic illnesses. So it's tied to lung disease, heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes. So trauma is serious. And so a lot of people may not think that children stress and stuff, and they do stress. And they stress because of the environments they grow up in. And those environments really messes up the nervous system. So things become threats. You know, we want to feel safe because we grew up in these environments. They were always chaotic and stuff like that. And so it's important for us to raise awareness about it, because we want you all to join in with creating protective environments for our children to grow up in. So, sorry, Fatima, I shared all that. I didn't show the indicators. What's the indicators, Fatima? Share with them.
I was about to say, so if everybody can take a moment and please share and like, please.
Thank
now,
you,
the indicators. Indicators is, oh my gosh, why am I blank?
Okay, let's tell you. Want to go? So
yes, please.
Okay, it's all good. So there's 10 indicators. It's adverse childhood experiences. There are these 10 indicators, right? So if a person has 4 or more of these indicators, they're at a higher risk of obtaining these chronic illnesses, depending on the severity, how frequently it was, the intensity. So the 10 indicators, they're split up into 3 categories: abuse, neglect, and dysfunctional household. So abuse, the 10 questions that they ask you. If you answer 4 or more, then, okay. So you have child abuse, emotional abuse. So it's physical abuse, emotional abuse, and sexual abuse, emotional neglect, physical neglect, dysfunctional household. If you grew up in a household where you witnessed domestic violence, if you grew up in a household where somebody was mentally ill, suicidal, or depressed, if you they say if you grew up in a household where you had loss of a parent due to death, divorce, abandonment, or separation, somebody in the household was a substance abuse user, so they were on drugs or drank alcohol. Did I miss anything, Fatima? Mental illness, substance abuse, domestic violence, loss of a parent. I feel like I'm missing one. No? So those 10,
everything.
One day y'all will hear my story, because I've experienced all 10 of them. But that's all I'm going to share until my book gets released. So we have some in here tonight. When did you guys first hear about ACEs? Hold on. There you go. Boom. When did y'all first?
I first heard about ACEs, I believe, Sunday evening.
Sunday evening. Where you hearing that?
From Jamila Hanif. And she reached out to me. She heard about my fitness program, which is Motivated Help Us. Before I began, my name is Fahim. You see my name, born and raised, LeJean Reese, born in Richmond. But back to your question, I first heard about ACEs Sunday evening. You reached out to me in regards to my fitness program, and then we just talked about fitness, health, wellness, and like you said, depression, neglect and abandonment, those different things. And so you start telling me about your groups, And I started talking about the things I do, and then we just started talking about how we can help each other, how we can amplify each other's platform, and here we are today.
Yeah. So you took the ACEs questionnaire.
Yes, ma'am. I got a 5 out of 10. You know.
What came up for you when you took it?
Well, you know, one thing about families, you know, dealing with it was really dealing with families in your household and your upbringing. And for me, I had to really understand that about myself when I had to when it's time for me to come home from prison. Because in order to get out of prison, you have to have what they call insight. You know, insight into your causative factors going all the way back into your childhood. So I'm someone who who understand neglect and abandonment. I grew up without a father. You know, I grew up in a household with a mother, you know, who did everything she can to take care of me, but my father wasn't there. So, you know, I can't say if it was full-fledged depression, but as I'm older now, I understand depression was there. You know, from a mother, a young Black mother at the time had to take care of a son, you know, who dad is gone, don't know what's going on. So yes, at that time, I didn't really understand depression. But today, yeah, I know my mother was depressed. No, not due to the fact that she had me, but at that time in the early 70s, and having a young Black male at that time, you know, the practice going there, so much stuff going on. And so yes, I dealt with that, especially in Richmond.
Thank you for sharing, Fahim.
Yes.
You didn't get a chance to take the questionnaire.
No, I didn't, but I can speak to that. You know what I mean? Right off the head, because I lived it, experienced it. You know, I'm going through it right now. I have my sister that's dealing with mental health right now. And as you know, 100 years is collective of us three. And we me, Fahim, Dante, are long-term offenders. We got out. And yeah, we look mental health right dead in his eyes. You know what I mean? Because my mother, my father, my sister, my brother, we all dealing with mental health. And it's real. You know, I take care of my sister right now. I came home and, you know, my mother passed away. My brother passed away. And within the first year I was out, and my sister didn't have nobody but me. And so I had to, in a short period of time, learn how to acclimate in society, which is mental health, you know, and process that along with the loss of my family members and take on her so she won't be abandoned and left, because there wasn't nowhere else for her to go. So I had to take her in and learn all over again who my sister is through mental health. And it's really, really a powerful thing going through that. So yeah, I'm really something like you named off 10. I could probably add some more.
Yeah.
So I experienced that, and you know, I'm here to just attest to God is good, because I'm still here breathing and can put a smile on my face and still work for progress. You know, so that's what it's about.
Yeah, I like how you said that. How name 10, and it's you can name more, and those are initial. The 10, they are initial ones. We have community violence that could be added on to it.
Yes.
Foster care system. You know, somebody grew up in foster care. Wars. You know, natural disasters and racism. Right.
Every day.
Right. So, man, yeah. Y'all, yeah, okay, all right. Tell us more about your organization. Fatima,
which one? Which organization? We have two of them.
Hold on, Fahim. Fatima leaning in. What you got to say, Fatima?
No, I just want that piggyback, because I know you guys that Hamza shared about you guys being in prison. When you guys now, do they give you guys mental health help after you guys are released at all?
No.
Like therapists?
No. When they release you back into society, the system is set up basically for you to come home, and you better have a support system,
or you're going back
to make it on your own. Now they have some who are released, and they have just so-called SSI, Social Security, to really just try to help these people. But you have to be dependent on the system to provide those needs, because if you coming home, if you don't understand the transit system, if you don't understand anything out here for us acclimation, housing, and have your license and those things, you might forget about the pertinent issue was dealing with mental health, right? Because you run about money, you run about a house over your head, And so you have to really what's called do a follow-up. And no, they don't have a caseworker to follow you once you come off from prison. You might have a parole officer, but the parole officer, all he or she is going to do is to make sure you don't have a dirty test and you're not going past some 50-mile radius and you at home when they check in. That's it.
But you know what? I just to add something to that, right? Because that was a great point Fahim made. You know, I went through a little bit of mental health in regards to 2018. My son was murdered, right? And it's still unsolved today. So I had to go through a mental health process because when I went in front of the board, right, they was skeptical about allowing me to find me suitable because they wanted me to be analyzed, right, from a psychiatrist to make sure that, you know what I mean, I'm centered, right, by taking that tremendous loss like that. So that's when mental health come into play. And then, you know, I was going through the little sessions in regards to check-ins, you know, talk about processing that loss, that tremendous loss. So I did go through that. And when I got out, they did kind of like was trying to refer me to somebody. But I came out a month after the COVID-19. You know, imagine that. I came out in April when the COVID started in March of 2020. So when I got out, everything was locked down. So, you know, as far as resources are concerned, that didn't happen to like, man, my 9th, 10th month out of prison. You know?
Yo, what? Repeat it. How long?
My 9th or 10th month out of prison. Like COVID-19 came in March. I got out in April of 2020. And so with that being said, yeah, I was on complete, you know, the community was shut down. Wasn't nothing open but supermarkets, right? Everything was closed, restaurants, everything. So, you know, DMV was closed. So I went without a license. You know what I mean? So, you know, there was a lot going on at that time.
So imagine him coming home. Imagine him coming home at a time when the nation is shut down, right? So basically you kind of can prepare for that thing. Come home, okay, I know it's shut down. I won't have that much movement because of the circumstances of the nation being shut down. COVID-19. When I was released in 2000,
back in prison after that,
right? So when I was released in 2018, I legally changed my name from LaJean Reese to Fahim Al-Qadir. I went through the whole process in 1993. Now follow me. When I was released, they supposed to give me an ID card, a prison ID California ID when I walked out of Folsom. So when you talk about preparation to come home, they didn't do that. That's one thing they did not do. So when I came home and it was time for me to go to DMV to get an ID and a license, I couldn't even get an ID. Now the world is open per se. So I didn't have a license. I didn't even have a social security card or a birth certificate. So when it's time for me to go to DMV to use my prison ID, they said, hey, you're not even in the system. They say, listen, we hate to tell you this, but basically you are an unknown. Just like that. That's why they told me. They said you are unknown. So I had to go to the process using my prison ID. I had to go to the Social Security building in Oakland on Webster. Talk to the guy. I gave him my old Social Security number I had from prison. He said, hey, this is not even in the system. This belonged to an Hispanic guy, and I know that ain't you. So I came home with the wrong Social Security number. They had to go way back and ask questions about my mother and my father when it was birthday. So, but in order to do that, I had to answer the question. He said, okay, this is your Social Security number. I had to use that number to go to Contra Costa County to the records to get my birth certificate. Then I had to go back and show them. They gave my Social Security card. Then I had to go back to DMV and use all that information just to get an ID card. It took me 2 months to get an ID card.
Wow.
Yeah. So you saw preparation coming home, and that's one of the things us being 100 years try to tell the people who coming home for acclimation, those returning residents or citizens who coming back, say, hey, it's not easy because they might forget or just be negligent about showing people what they need to come back home. So that's what we do. Hey, this is what you're gonna need. We talk to the mothers, the fathers, the aunties, the cousins, for their kids and sons and husbands who coming home who need to understand acclimation. He can attest to that.
Man, it's y'all. Listen, y'all just telling y'all story. Y'all swear I don't know. I'll be the president one day or something. But I'm just listening to just all the different. I'm thinking about policies. Like I'm thinking about policies that they should have, in place to help y'all. Of course, it's not something they're gonna want to do. But
you talk about policy. I'm gonna let Hamza tell you how they threw policy out the book in regards to him, because they threw policy out the book, out the window, regards to this man, and sent him right to Susanville. We cried on each other's shoulder. Remember that?
What happened? What happened? What happened? Tell us. It's okay.
No, it's all good.
Out the window.
We the most authentic guys you're gonna meet. This is a true statement. 100 years is a true statement. Between the three of us, we done 100 years in prison, and we came out and we started a business, right? A nonprofit and a business based on that. So here we are.
Saucy, y'all. Look at yourself, saucy on the Lord. Okay.
So going back to what he was stating was that, I've been sent to Susanville, and when I got sent to Susanville,
hold on. What did the councils do to you? The lieutenants and the captains, how they just falsified paperwork to get you up out of there, though?
I mean, yeah,
yeah.
I filed 13 appeals. I don't want to really. Okay, why not?
You don't want to.
Okay, I filed 13 appeals. Right, I was incarcerated for aiding and abetting, which is aiding and abetting second-degree murder, 2 attempts. And with that being said, right, basically I was in there aiding and abetting someone, right, and got convicted for second-degree aiding and abetting second-degree murder without the perpetrator being convicted for it. Sent to prison for 26 years, 4 months to life, ended up doing 31 years, and they never arrested the perpetrator. So I was in there aiding and abetting a ghost offender. That's one charge. By the time, aiding and abetting is when you aid and abet someone, a trigger man. So I wasn't an actual trigger man. I was one who assisted the trigger man, so to speak, and I'm just as culpable as him who pulled the trigger. That's what aiding and abetting consists of. So they changed the law roughly 3 years ago, and that's why I'm out to say that aiding and abetting shouldn't be held accountable as actually someone taking the person's life. Because no matter what, unless I demise or put together the plan to get that individual to cause that murder. I mean, I was the mastermind behind the person or persons to commit that murder.
Tell them how Pagan and did, how they crossed you up.
Oh, well,
how did you get to Susanville though? How you leave me in Folsom?
I don't want to talk about it. Okay,
it's important because we look in each other's eyes, cry. Because you talk mental health and a nervous breakdown. Yeah. We had a CEO, a correctional officer, right? Tell me. Now I was a clerk in the building. He said, "Hey, Fahim, why you always hanging out with that guy?" I'm like, "Who?" He said, that Scott guy. I said, "Man, that's my best friend." Right? So we on the 5th tier. Have you ever seen the movie American Me? The tallest tier on American Me. That's how Folsom is set up, 5 tiers, way up there. The guy said, "Man, I wouldn't care if Patrick Hamza jumped off the tier." That's how much they didn't like him. They try to break us up, try to sever ties of brothers for being with each other, being authentic and loyal to each other. This is correctional officers. He said, "Listen, man, you trying to go to the board, you trying to get home. Why you hang around with that guy?" And so,
and he would come to he moved me to this. How much protection you trying to put on me, right? He moved me because he was a lieutenant's clerk.
I was a clerk.
He do all the movements in the building. So he moved me by him a few cells from him.
I moved from a whole other building.
Every time I came out the cell, he's like, "Stick with me," because he knew they was after me. And so I would walk with him, and they used to always pull him to the side and say, "Man, why you with him?" Because they wanted to have me isolated so they could put whatever move they want to put down on me, right? But he would do everything he could to keep me with him all the way till So they finally found the way through the court system, and the warden to the captain to the lieutenant to the sergeant to the regular officers to say, "Hey, we're gonna collaborate and get Scott out of here." They took my visits for 7 years. I did like 3.5 years with no visits, no contact visits. Wow. And when I ordered paperwork for them to get my visits back, They transferred me. The Friday I got my visits back, I was transferred Monday morning.
That's how they did it.
And so,
They want you to be mentally. They want you to be mentally.
That's the design to try to break.
Screwed up.
If you strong,
Right.
they're gonna do everything, especially us men. You strong in there, they're gonna try to break you. We used to do fitness programs, burpees, jumping jacks, and all that. So I used to have 2 or 3 guys, maybe 4. They did. The CEOs literally tell me, "Hey, there's too many of y'all in the group. Y'all can't exercise together."
Wow.
Now, at this time, the weights are gone, but it was the discipline and the bonds and the kinship that we were sharing amongst the young guys.
Right.
Those who were running around the gangs, those who trying to get out the gangs, those who trying to find themselves. They're coming to men like us looking for guidance. So here we are giving them proper guidance. So when you're giving these youth proper guidance, it's gonna be the powers that be, those who look like you, those who don't look like you, gonna try to interfere with them positive things. And that's the value that we have amongst ourselves. No matter what they do, we're gonna do what we can to provide right guidance.
Listen, I'm just telling y'all story. Like, I'm glad. So I just want to shout out Selena. If I ain't mistaken, Selena Perez, right? Because Selena, we gotta connect.
Help others now.
Selena, ain't no reason why we ain't connected yet, girl. We need to connect. So, because she shares information and she shared your information, and so
thank you.
Yeah, because I'm so all about collaboration. We talked, I'm so all about partnering up on things, just listening to you, right? With so many of these different connections and organizations I know throughout Solano County, I see how the connections could be made. There's a program, Dove, y'all need to link up because y'all, we about to do some work. Like,
let's make this happen. Because that's what it's about. Collaborations, connections, partnerships, and bringing it all together. Him and I, we talk about it all the time. All we gonna do is make a cup of coffee and say, let's go.
Yeah. Look, Hamza, Way to Love Inc. needs you to share your story to our young people. Listen, y'all. It's stuff because they need to hear it, because this is why this platform really is used. So when you talk about your adverse childhood experiences, right? They all impact us as adults, though, into adulthood.
Exactly.
Things you experience between birth and 17 years old that impacted you to where we make certain decisions. You know what I mean? You out of Richmond. You know what I mean? We from Oakland. Thank God we survived Oakland. Like, I don't know how we would be right now. Our mom did not make the decision to move us out of Oakland. I don't know. It'd probably be some drug dealers, some pimps, or something. Like,
hey, no telling. When I came home, people tell me, why you going back to Richmond? I say, hey, I'm going back to Richmond, not the way I left, but as a better person, so I can give back with all that I messed up.
Right.
And so right now, we're in the center. We're in Richmond right now. Walk up and down the street where everything, and say, hey. And then you say, like, surviving, when we trying to survive these tales, shoot, my father, when I was a kid, he was in prison. My mother was pregnant. By the time he came home, I was 5, 6, 7 years old. I get a phone call. My grandmother gave me a phone call. He on the run from the FBI from 1979. I haven't seen him since. So look at so that's another impact it have on kids. I have to go see my father in the pen, come home to never see him again. And I'm 52 years old now.
Look, you're gonna make me cry. This stuff people don't get it. How was your behavior in school? How were you in school?
A tyrant. I did everything I can. Well, I want to say a tyrant. I first started really getting into the truancy in the 7th and 8th grade. Being defiant. I love sports. My first profession, I would say profession, was baseball and then football. I love baseball and football. So in 1983, I was diagnosed with a heart condition called Wolff-Parkinson-White.
Okay.
So I was 13 years old. That's when your blood go real fast to your heart. I get irregular heartbeats and stuff like that if I'm doing too much, right? And so they always told me to slow down. So once my mother took me to the hospital to do a stress test, they told me I couldn't play. At that moment right there, that's when my life started going down. I can't play football. And that was my after school, right? That was my thing. That's where I was meeting my friends at.
Listen, I hope people listening, okay? Shout out to Selena again, because I'm telling you, y'all, we about to do some stuff in Vallejo. Like, we really are. Listen, and I'm from Oakland. I feel like Oakland raised me, Vallejo made me. Like, the stuff that I see here and the things that I've learned and what I share and provide education and stuff. So going back, because this is what I need people to catch about these adverse childhood experiences, because this stuff starts in the womb when the mother is stressing. Okay, this is why programs such as Black Infant Health is important. We need to make sure that our mothers have the resources that they need, that the fathers do as well. I mean, a lot of us, I'm sure it's a high percentage of single mothers, and it's hard. I'm a single mother.
Yeah.
I've been a single mother. So resources are important. So just thinking about when your mom is pregnant, she's pregnant, your father is incarcerated.
Yes.
She's going through some depression and stuff, right?
Going through.
You're
Absolutely.
feeling all of that. You're impacted by that in the womb.
All of it.
You grow up, and then you have these heart problems, stressing. What you said was at like 13 years old. People don't understand. Children stress.
Yes.
They stress. Oh my gosh. The pathways that are created during the time of these brain developments, and stress disrupts the developing brain. 90% of the adult brain is developing between 0 and 5 years old. 90% of the adult brain. The way the nervous system is being set up, the limbic system, these systems are being set up where everything is a threat. So when everything is a threat and you're always in survival mode and stuff, and your body is reacting to certain things because you've been exposed to stuff where you don't feel safe, you're stressing. You add a stress to your heart and your body. The way your brain is set up, and seeing something as a threat, your body is going to respond to it automatically. So stress isn't cool, y'all. We have to do what we can to create protective environments for our children to grow up in everywhere. Household, when they did this ACEs study, they asked, did these things happen to you between the ages 0 and 18 in your household? It don't have to happen in your household. You can witness violence at your auntie house, okay? Community violence. You could be emotionally abused at school. This stuff could happen in the household, in the schools, and within your community. So they need to do another study. We could come up with some, y'all. But what I was saying with Selena, and we're talking about the sports and stuff, because that's important. I play basketball. I thank God. Basketball, for me, it saved my life. Like, it really did. Like, I don't know, the way I'm able to communicate with people, the social skills and stuff. And just like you said, stuff went downhill with sports. You couldn't play, but then you had the after-school program. Is that what you said? Right?
Right. Yeah, see, sports, the practice and all that. So now, so once you are affected, by a sudden stop or drop to the fun things you were doing. Mm-hmm. So what do we do next? We go to our other friends who are not in the sports, those who we see off the porch, those who selling drugs, those who part of the so-called gangs, those who doing this, those who doing that. So now those are other friends who we grew up with in the neighborhood. We can go in and out them houses. There's no time to where you got to come in or go to sleep or your homework being checked. So now those fun time for us on school nights. And I'm supposed to be at school. I'm over their house doing whatever I want to do, and then come back in.
Y'all have no idea what's about to happen, because it's something. This screening that I just did a screening May 4th about adverse childhood experiences. There was a documentary I shared. Y'all want to know who was on my panel?
Who?
I had the chief of police, Vallejo chief of police, on the panel. I had a city council member, Pippin Dew. I had her on the panel. I had our board of supervisor on the panel. I had somebody from the Department of Public Health on the panel. I had in North Vallejo, I had a principal at the school, and he also grew up in Vallejo. I had some of my youth. I have a youth program called Ivy, Impact Vallejo Youth. I had some of them on the panel. I had another community leader that's out here. But the panel was so dope that it brought different perspectives.
Yes.
So, because my fight right now I'm a child and family advocate. I'm fighting for funding for these kids to have these after school programs, access to after school programs, have the funding to place them into these sports programs because you learn so much playing sports, how to get along with other people, life skills, how to work together. And people need to have that sense of belonging. That's what that provides for you, a sense of belonging, even after school program. Right. Just like you said, when those things aren't available to a child, when those aren't available, then they look at other, different connections that aren't healthy connections.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. You listening. You go ahead.
If Fatima, you want to come in, I can speak after you say
something.
Sorry.
We've been going. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Fatima, I just want to share with Jamila because I don't know if she knows. Remember when we went walking? And then we was walking, and then it was a group of men that was on the grass. And you was like, no, you need to do this or something. You was yelling out. That was Fahim.
Oh, was it?
We was exercising.
Yeah, I thought y'all was training somebody. Y'all see me. Y'all see I be buzzing.
Well, I had the little boy. I had the little boy out there named Maceo, the one little boy.
Okay. Was it both of y'all or just one of y'all?
That was me out there with him. Like early, like around 7:30 in the morning, 7:38 in the morning.
It was early. I don't know how early it was. But you heard me say something?
Yeah, she reminded me. Your sister reminded me, Fatima.
Okay, because I'm a coach.
Yeah.
So I coached the way I was coached. You got to do it differently. No. All right. Hamza, go ahead.
Thank you, Hamza.
I just want to say, man, for the record too, right? And I want y'all to really listen to what I'm getting ready to say because this is really important. Big part of my mental health, right? Helped me through my 31 years of incarceration was the women. The women showed me, and the brother here I can attest, right? Through my much pain and sorrow, when I felt abandoned and everything in prison, women would come see us and hold our hand and tell us you're going to make it through. So, women, I want you to recognize, man, y'all are the teachers and the learners of civilization. So, and I can attest for that. Absolutely. All through my incarceration, man, women would come see me, not in terms of being my woman, nothing like that, but just coming to check on me and sit down and cry with me, hold my hand, would bring come through with their children and tell me to teach their children not to repeat the actions that I've done. All those are part of it. And so I just want you guys to recognize that, in this environment or this culture that we're in, the women has always been the pillars of the community.
Yeah.
It forces the man to stand up. That's what I recognize. I got to go back and do my part as a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially understand how they're the womb of civilization. Period.
So that's the most powerful thing, the most enduring thing that happened in my life through prison was that I experienced true love from a woman in regards to not from a sexual standpoint, but from an emotional aspect of what letting me know that I'm needed in society.
Yes.
And that's what helped me balance my mental health out.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. We could get into y'all podcast. Tell us about your podcast.
Yes. Well, 100 Years Enterprise, it's all about, 3 men who collected 100 years of incarceration. So with the podcast, we're using our learned and lived experiences.
No. Give them no.
What part you want to give them?
Give them the meat and potatoes of what we do, why we do. When I got home, come on, man.
Why I came and got you?
Go home.
And walk me through when I was in the county. Because I've been out a little bit roughly over 2 years.
So you want to go?
I've been doing podcasts for 2 years. Imagine that.
You want to go?
Tell it all.
So this how? Okay, here we go. I told us I came home first. Okay. He called me collect. I say, listen, don't worry about nothing when you come home. We finna make it. We finna do some things. I'm working in construction. They got me picking up a hammer, a hard hat, busting my back. I said, this ain't the type of life I'm trying to have. Okay. Right? So I read out a program when I was going with some motivated help of it. So when he came home, a guy contacted me through a friend of mine. He said, hey, Fahim, I want you, I want to interview you based on your story. No problem. So he just coming home. I went and picked him up. He wasn't even supposed to tell me he was out. But once he told me the day he came home, I was over there the next day. I said, listen, man, Hamza, this is what's going on. We finna go be on the show in a week. He's like, what? I said, yeah, God finna interview me. I went. We got Dante. They don't know what's going on.
And what I say, I say, look, what the hell I'm gonna say? I just got out of prison.
I told him, don't worry, just talk. I didn't know what I was finna say. So shout out to Don Griffin. You know, we came to a show. We came in. It's about an hour. Our first ever being on a Zoom, cameras, microphones, all that. We filmed at Kobe's. Shout out to Wesley Alexander at Kobe's Richmond for letting us use the facility. So this is 2020, right? And so we moving. We had our first interview. The guy said, "Hey man, y'all story is too deep for me. I can't really carry y'all. I can try to help build what you try to do." We come out the meeting. We say, "Man, listen, we finna start our own thing. We came with 100 years. You know, matter of fact, it was his idea. He said, man, let's make this 100 years. 3 of us. So we sat down, we talked about it, and we put it together. And so we understand we ain't just doing this just to be on a microphone, just to be talking. No, to have our face shown. We understand this is our calling. Yeah. You know, God called us to do this here. So now we had to really understand our calling. What's our mission for? And we know our mission is to do what? It's to steer these youth from making early death decisions, would lead them to a long term of incarceration.
Right.
Away from the path that we went down. That's the foundation of 100 years. And everything else, the enterprise is everything else out there. We use the podcast as a conduit to reach everyone, to reach the masses. So we do everything else behind that for trying to push our hats, our shirts, fitness, everything we're trying to do. Going to juvenile halls, going to the high schools, to our mentor program, everything we do is starting from a microphone. Some people just leave a microphone.
Even comedy. So the thing is too, right?
Yeah.
The enterprise aspect of it is just to let people know that's coming behind us that there is a way. We try to provide a conduit, right, for those who come behind us and say we want to own the rights to everything. The only way we can really give back, we got to own the rights to do what we necessarily need to do by partnerships and all that. But we have to own the rights of what we're trying to do.
Because we got played. We got played a few times before we ever got paid. We ain't got paid yet, but it's coming. But that's the thing about business. Redefine print. So that's what we've been doing. So a lot of people go out there, they don't know about their publishing, they don't know about their rights, right? You know what I mean? They don't know everything what they got coming. So for us, we might not have the money, but we are already wealthy because we got the understanding and the knowledge and the education to go where we need to go.
Listen, it's a trip, and I hope people tuning in really understands this, like for real. It's so important when you have platforms and you, like you said, you're not doing it to be seen or anything like that. You're really trying to help people. There's a mission. Absolutely. It's so solid. Like
we literally quit our jobs. I haven't worked a 40-hour job in over 2 years. Once I had a car wreck. That's why I knew this. I had a car wreck on the freeway, a brand new Altima. He gonna tell about his car wreck too. Yeah, you are. So listen, I've got re-entered the freeway. So once I was re-entered the freeway, coming from my fitness program, but I had just worked building help building the Brooklyn Basin of 880. And long I was doing all that. I went on disability, and I put all my time, effort, energy into building these businesses. I haven't worked a full 40 hours in over 2 years now, and don't plan on it.
Well, you work 70 hours now.
Oh yeah, well, I understand the value what we have for putting all my time, effort, energy to build this here. I'll go on unemployment, do what I need to do to pay my bills, pay everything else into the business.
Listen, when y'all birthdays? When your birthdays, Fahim?
April 27th, 1970.
Wow.
Okay. When your birthday?
And a Pisces.
March 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
And my color is green. Go figure.
We talked about it. Okay.
But just to lighten the mood up, man. It's just a struggle, right? But at the same time, we own 100% of everything we do. We might not be generating the overabundance, the P. Diddy money, but he has his land and we has ours, right? And we got work to do. So we know we gratified by what we do, right? And we giving back and we collaborating with people. And so it's just a breath of fresh air, right? Because I ain't worked, and like you said, I had a car wreck too from working at UPS 15 hours a day unloading and killing myself, right? Taking all my glamour, right? And then next thing you know, I fall asleep behind the wheel in my Charger and had no business, buying a Charger. You know what I mean? Trying to get in the Charger, trying to look cute in the car, then they kill me. So, it's just a matter of just realizing, what your worth is, right? And getting in your lane, right? And then at the same time, when you realize that God gives you blessings, give it back. Shine light on somebody. When God shines light through you, you give it to someone else.
You have to.
You have to. And that's the whole purpose. Our stories are stories to be told to other people that have situations to show them which ways not to go or how to recover, how to get out of it.
Exactly. And then this world so built this tight fitness and fistus and greed. And this one thing we also understand. The only way you can help somebody, you have to give what you love. You have to really give what you love. And then when you give what you love, it's gonna come back to you in so many ways you won't even can't even see it. Yeah.
I don't even know. Vanessa, if y'all don't know Vanessa Calloway, but Vanessa from Richmond, and she was saying how she wants y'all on the panel. It's August 6th, or she probably gonna create something else, but I don't know. Maybe she gonna add y'all onto this panel. We're speaking to the youth, telling our stories. Some know the things I experienced, but I wanted to share that it's a trip when stuff happens, right? Because God works out the good and the bad for the good, right? So, like when y'all was in that car accident, it was really pushing y'all to y'all purpose and stuff. So I'm saying Absolutely. That because when I share my story, I share what I experienced, how I started my childcare, how I got licensed for my childcare, but I didn't start operating it right away, and I was on maternity leave. And then when my son was an infant, he was a month old. When I went back to work, my son was 3 months old, and I was laid off my job. I had an eviction notice. My PG&E was cut off. I had no food in my home, and so I had to. God was putting me through that on purpose, because now I'm helping families. All the families that I serve within my childcare are low-income families. So we just finished our program. Bounceback Parent Program. Was a lot of parents on there who had finished their goals and stuff. So we set them up to coach them, and they reached a lot of their goals. So with the resources, we shared them to help them get out of some situations. So yeah,
right. That's deep. That's deep. And you stood strong like a real fighter, like a fighter's supposed to. You got down, and you know what I mean, and then put the dirt over you. Yeah. That's the thing. A lot of people, get down, and they just pay the blame game, the hurt game, the sympathy game, instead of just getting up and pushing forward.
Resilience, bounce back.
Yeah, that's what it takes. Resilience. Look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah. I'm proud of y'all. I'm so proud of y'all.
I'm proud of them too, man.
Well, Fatima,
very dope.
Fatima, drop a jewel on me, man. I need to hear from you because the rapping you got and the glasses and the smile, it's something in there. Give it to me. I need it.
Go for Tim. I'm sitting back. Go for Tim.
Talk to me, man.
How? What jewel you need? I don't know.
You got a question? Anything you want to know? Anything?
No. I don't have a question. You know what? I got you guys' website. I shared it in the comments as well. So I can't wait to see more. I'm gonna check out you guys' podcast as well. I just love the amazing things that you guys are doing. These children definitely need it. I remember my brother when we were younger, the mentorship program he went through was the Hawk program. And honestly, I haven't seen well, I'm not a male either, so I don't know of any other mentorship programs for these young men, but they definitely need it. Like they're definitely
add that put that motivate to help others in there too.
Motivate to help others.
Oh yeah.
It's just what is it? Motivate to help others.org or what?
Yep, we got the .org, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, both of them. Hit the subscribe, like, share, everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so you three are
we mentor
definitely
we mentor youth in juvenile hall as well. You know,
That's
we've
important.
been blessed to be able to go to juvenile hall, talk to the youth, right, and really connect with those young men because we was once in those same seats, in those same, cells, and we understand what they're going through. We can reach back and level off with them and help them understand what they're going through in the moment.
I
You know,
need y'all to be available in September. The 2 Saturdays in September and the first Saturday in October. I know y'all heard of Alternative to Violence Project. Have y'all heard of Alternative
Yes.
to Violence, right? So when I learned about it and heard that it had to do with, it was in prisons.
It was. Yes.
It's in prisons. That's what it's for.
Exactly. It is.
So what I did was go through the training to become a facilitator. So I facilitate Alternative to Violence program. So I'm launching one here in Vallejo because it's important. So I would love for y'all to be a part of it, man. And
That's not, and you know, in regards to alternative violence, we also took what's called CGA, Criminal Gang Anonymous, right? And that's almost like the alternative violence program.
Mm-hmm. So we're and I'm saying this because I'm trying to look for the brochure, but they have a youth. There's a youth center. There's a youth center here, and I'm partnering with them with it's a youth center here. It's the probation department. I want to I want to connect y'all.
Will you guys be here in August? Will y'all be there August 13th?
Yeah, they come.
Yes, it depends. I know it's a Saturday. It depends what time on that Saturday. Because we'll be free. Because we do a cohort at Rising Sun, a pre-apprenticeship program. It's a summer program. So on Saturdays we usually get off probably around 3 or 4 o'clock. I know we probably could leave a little early, but yeah.
No, but summer gonna be over with. That's in September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be in September.
Always, I think September 6th, huh? The last day that September 6th.
First week of September.
Yeah, we good.
But I think
But what I was talking about was August 13th.
Right.
That's what I was talking about.
Are y'all coming to the resource fair?
The resource.
I think you told me about that. I think Selena, someone else mentioned it. So I told him about it. We want to try to have our stuff there, but we're going to need the information for that, for the 13th, so we can prepare.
Okay. Yeah.
But yes, if we can make it. Yes, to answer your question. If we can make it, we'll be there.
Okay. All right.
Well, we want to.
Yeah.
So does anyone in the who's been watching have any questions?
That's good. Anybody watching? Any of y'all got some
Can I ask a question? So what?
Yeah,
I know you work out. So do both of you guys work out?
Huh? What she say?
Do both of you guys work out?
Well, I believe that I adjourned. Yeah, I work out, but I had got a little puffy, right? I used to be 205, right? Built like Holyfield. Now I'm like 235, right? Like what's that boy? What was that singer name? Gerald Levert. But I look pretty good. I'm in good shape, you know what I mean? But I can always do better. This is our esteemed workout professional, you know what I mean? And I get into his program from time to time. But yeah, you know.
Show y'all a picture again. You look like you was swole in that photo. Like you.
Yeah, I'm swole. I mean, I never did say I wasn't swole. You know what I mean? But I think I'm qualified.
That picture is so saucy. Look at y'all.
Yeah, so I hope I pass the test.
Go on the website.
I don't know what a perfect 10 is.
Yeah, go to the website. Is everything on website? On a motivated to help others on YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel, Motivated to Help Others. You'll see a lot of things what we do for us, fitness and all that. And some of those videos, you'll see him on there on the YouTube.
But one day, sorry, go ahead, Fahim. I'm sorry.
So everybody go to the Motivated to Help Others on YouTube, like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube. Well as 100 Years Enterprise on YouTube. You'll see a lot of our podcasts, some of our videos, some of our bloopers on YouTube. So like, subscribe, and share those also. And Mirage says she's been in jail many times running the streets in Oakland. I really need this encouragement for you guys to stay out. Mariah, you can reach out to us anytime you want to talk and have a conversation, one-on-one group. Just reach out to us, Mariah, and stay strong.
Yeah, it was something. So what days you be in Vallejo? What days y'all?
My fitness program at Vallejo are Saturdays and Sundays from 9:30 to 11, right at the waterfront. 9:30 to 11.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking 11:30.
It's an hour and a half.
Yeah, it is an hour and a half.
Yes, and Tuesdays from 6 to 7. So since I've been doing this other program, I have a guy named Junie. He's running my program, but he's a good guy, Asian guy, work at City Sports, real good guy. And so he run my program. That's a part of being able to build something and plan it and then let somebody else run it and still get the same results.
That's what you gotta do. That's the whole. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. I still, we started out there with a jump up in the radio.
Okay.
And here we are now.
Oh,
My fitness program, my group fitness programs, I run those for free. It's not about giving back.
So listen, y'all.
But we are non-profit. We take donations.
Okay.
But I do one-on-one group sessions. Now my one-on-one session, those costs.
So y'all listening, right? Because we going out there. We can be out there this Saturday. This Saturday 9:30.
Yeah, I won't be out there Saturday. I'll be out there Sunday.
Sunday. All right, we
But
go
my
Sunday.
program, but still come Saturday, because my program will still be running on Saturday. Someone else will be out there running it.
We coming Sunday, y'all. We going Sunday, y'all.
Okay, come on out there Sunday. Meet you guys.
Y'all go 9:30 Saturday too. I probably be out
Yes, come on out.
there. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else have any questions? Y'all got any questions, y'all? Drop it in the chat.
I want to know. So, what are you guys doing now to, other than the working out, to maintain your mental health?
Well,
like what are you doing?
good, we pray. We pray 5 times a day. We Muslim. First and foremost, on our whiteboard right here, we had a meeting today, right? And the main thing is to take care of spirituality, to take care of spiritual foundation. We have that. Then we got to take care of our health. We got to eat right. You got to have the proper intake, the good oxygen, the good water, all those things. And then also with that, we got to be able to take care of your family. Surround yourself with good people, family, friends, relatives. Those 3 things will help sustain our mental health. Our spirituality, be able to pray, stay healthy, taking all the good things in. Because if you don't got your spirituality in check, it's gonna hard to get to the health and your family.
Discipline.
You gotta have a discipline. As you said, the resilience, the discipline. Yeah.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to add to what Fahim said, and to add to what, elaborate more on what Fatima was asking too. We also, we work in the juvenile hall. We go from time to time and, go talk to the youth. We give back, help them with their lives. All the information and education that we have collected inside of prison, right? And how it really is to acclimate back in society. We take that energy and that knowledge and we go back to talk to the youth and tell them, hey, this is how society is structured. These are the pros and cons of what you need to do. Because we can reach them than any teacher would not, because we have life experience, right? And so if you've been in the gang, you know the rules of the game. But if you've never been in the game, you go talk to somebody who's been in the game. You know what I mean? It's trying to get them to break that cycle, right? Because there's pros and cons and everything. So we do that, right? We train ourselves. We life coaches. We take the time when we away from each other. We educate ourselves, right? Because we want to equip ourselves with the knowledge that it requires to overcome the adversities that we're going through, right? So that's a practice. And then, the biggest art that we do have as Muslims, that we only as good as we surround ourselves with. So I only hang with him. And there's our other brothers not here.
That's it.
We hang with him, and we businessmen. And so we do public speaking and everything. I ain't got no problem walking on the stage and talk to 10,000 people, because I am who I am.
Exactly.
What I have to offer is going to help you. You know what I mean? Because you haven't heard it before. So the thing is that.
Hey, what happened? Excuse me. What happened on Friday? We kind of shook juvenile hall up on Friday.
Well,
they told us we weren't going to be able to do something, but we did it anyway. They said we can stay to 10 o'clock, and what happened?
We stayed to 10:30.
How that happened?
Because they seen how impactful we were to the youth, and they said, look, we need y'all to stay around a little bit, because we had all the young men attention about life itself. We gave them life
But
skills.
what they do before that?
Oh man, they cussed the financial literacy
That's
teacher.
funny. Wait,
You know
wait
what I
a
mean?
minute. So I'm just y'all hype each other up. Like y'all
No,
are
but hey, listen, Jamila and Fatima. I'm gonna be the first to tell. It's breaking news what I'm getting ready to say to you. It's gonna be a real big thing happen with us. You know what I mean?
It's coming. It's coming.
And it's in the works.
We can let them know because they already put it out. We got a documentary coming out.
Yeah, we got
A big budget documentary where they put it, through Ream Media. Shout out to Ream Media and the Berkeley Art Center, the art community. They collaborating and finna do something on us. We're gonna start filming it. Through September 19th. We start filming. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot. We got a documentary on our lives.
Thank you.
Huh? Oh, thank you. So,
but you ain't finna tell them what happened.
Well, like I said again, we went in. You know what I mean? And we wouldn't talk to the youth about, how to acclimate, right? What that looked like, what financial literacy looked like. And what was that you told them? What was the breaking news? What you told them about that? About how to watch their money? What was that? And that got them?
Oh yeah, I told them. Listen, I told them about you have to. Well, I gave them an acronym. IAM, right? And it's called, understanding your money on a financial literacy piece. Because, we come in the game about money. You go to these banks and these different financial institutes, but they might tell about credit, but they're not going to tell you how to really understand your money. Put your head in there.
You got to turn the thing.
All right,
you turned it.
All right. I couldn't see.
Okay,
all right. So I had to tell the kids, it's important. It's very important to understand your money, right? Understand how money moves. Understand credit. Understand the taxes on your money. Understand the insurance, because money have insurance too, right? You got to really understand all those things, right, on their money. And so basically, we just broke it down in a way that they can understand. Mm-hmm. And that's what we did. And so one of the officers, when we first went in, they say, "Hey, this is a new program. It's a pilot program. You guys only gonna get 30 minutes. That's it." We're like, "What?" Well, that's how it is. They're gonna cut your program down 30 minutes. You gotta hurry up and get out. Soon as the officers come, you guys gotta go. Me, I'm always optimistic about something. I'm rebellious. I'm like under my breath, yeah, whatever. God is the best plan. And so as everything was going on, we touched the kids in a way with passion and love, and let them know, hey, we once were in those seats. We can identify what you guys are going through. Because when we look at them kids, we see ourselves in the kids. No matter what race they are, we see ourselves. So once we made that connection, it was authentic in our delivery, and let her know. The main guard, he walked up to me at 10 o'clock. He said, "Hey," he whispered, "I know we're supposed to be going by 10:30. By 10 o'clock. But you guys doing so good. If you want to stay at 10:30, I tell them, hey, we gonna." I say, "Can I stay at?" He said, "Yeah." We stayed at 10:30, so I stopped the class.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. I stopped the class. So the other teachers back there, I say, "Hey, who part of the program?" I say, because they didn't hear what he told me. I say, "Stop. Do anybody want to stay here to 10:30? Raise their hand." Everybody in the class was, and they said, everybody, hey, look, everybody hands went up in the air. The kids, the faculty, it was amazing. True story. Just last Friday, and they was like, "Wow, they let y'all stay," right? And so I get a message today from one of the staff, right? And I just want to read this message. I know it's an hour. I want to just read this message where she sent. She said about the program. A few of them sent messages back, right? But she said, "Hey, LaJean, I apologize for my late response. We are so lucky to have you be part of our program." So what they want to do now is create an internship for one of the kids, and they come home for us. And they want to provide a way they can come to us. We provide a job, and the county pay for it just by what we doing, right? So
it. Allah Akbar.
So it's great. Yeah.
God is the greatest, ain't he?
Oh yeah, and one more turning point. What I want the people to really understand this. If they say one thing, don't let that be the last thing what you say, okay. Because this is why.
Right.
They told us that, hey, just yesterday, that the COVID numbers have went up inside juvenile hall, so you guys won't be able to come in. So the lady, she was like, but the only way you're going to connect with the kids is being face-to-face. Forget this Zoom stuff, face-to-face. That's the great impact to the kids. Because what you guys did was awesome. She said, this is what I'm about to do. I'm about to go to my higher-ups and tell them. She said, all you guys been tested. You guys are boosted. She said, I'm about to tell them, if you guys agree to come in early this Friday to do a COVID test 30 minutes before you go in, are you guys okay with that? We like, yeah. She say, I'm finna push this for y'all to come up in there just like that. Forget what they talking about. And it's inside the probation department.
And that just goes to, us, right? Showing, ourselves as well as, right, people that know us, that's what reacclimation looks like.
Yes.
It's all about the form of giving back. When you say you want to give back to your community, man, and reach back to the youth, you got to demonstrate that. What does that mean? What does that look like instead of just talking about it? So we taking the proper time. We go through security, having to, apply for applications, right? We ain't getting paid for none of this stuff. So all we doing is trying to show the public, or I should say show ourselves first, and show those young men that you can change, right? We did 100 years, and we came back and started a business and everything. And everything we do, we pumping positive energy. You know what I mean? Because there's enough negativity around here. We need a positive energy around here. And so if we don't do it, who's going to do it? Ain't nobody going to come here from Mars and land down here and say, okay, we can really make change. No, we got to do it.
We got to save ourselves.
And again, Allahu Akbar.
We got to save ourselves. Ain't nobody finna, who going to do it? Like you said, ain't nobody finna do it. And I want to say thank you, Jamila, Fatima, for having us on here, for wanting to hear what we had to say. And again, women is powerful. We thank everyone who's listening, who's a part of this, and thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
And I'm gonna back him 100% what he just said. And I gotta add, y'all got some of the two most powerful Islamic names for women, Jamila and Fatima. Oh my God. The history of those names, man. So with Hanif, you know what I mean? The truth, right?
Yeah.
So I mean that, we just want to say, man, I appreciate you. I'm just, I was brought in the last minute, but I'm glad he did. He always come through for me. I'll steal home base if he tell me.
Yeah.
Because that's what time it is. So.
Because in this world so built up with selfishness, everybody want this now. See, we don't look at it like that. And we got something. Look, give me a piece of that. I'm from eat off your sandwich, eat off your bowl. That's how we get down.
That's what's
up. We want everybody. We want everybody. If you're going for the right cause, like you guys bringing us in, that's the same thing we trying to do. We want everybody to win, live, survive. It's a lot going on for Vallejo. It's a lot we need to go on for Vallejo, relative to surrounding cities. If we all can come together, because oftentimes when you want to do something, it's going to start with a thought. But sometimes we think too much and ain't putting no action behind them thoughts. Right? We go years and years. I should do this. I should do this with these ideas. Put that idea together. Start plant that seed. Put a little water on it. Cultivate it and let it do what it's gonna do. Instead of just talking. Right. Make it happen.
Hey, Ada, we were just talking about this. Ada, we were just talking about this. The idea.
We gotta do, right? What we gotta do, right?
And my mama in the comments said thank you. She named us, her and my daddy. So.
Your daddy. What you say? Your daddy?
My mama in the comments. My daddy's not here. He didn't come tonight.
Okay. I thought I said that. Okay. What we got to do, right? This is reciprocal, right? You know that, right? Reciprocity is due. You know that, right? So we definitely got to show. We got a podcast coming up too.
Yeah. Excuse me.
We need it. It's my brand right here. He gotta survive. He can't die. It's my brand.
All right. We start filming. Oh no, it was in that coffee. We start filming this weekend. on our new podcast coming out.
Get some water.
I got some water right and coffee.
Don't worry about it. I give Bounceback straight said he gonna survive. He got a lot of work to do. He cannot fix it right now. You know, we got insurance policies on each other. I make sure he get home at night. He makes sure I get home at night. We got work to do.
Once we leave here, we going straight home. Nowhere else. No detours.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, we got podcasts coming out. Our new podcast is about women, you know, really just the pros and cons about women having relationships with a man, someone incarcerated, and how they deal with that incarcerated versus coming home. So we're gonna start filming this Sunday. And if any women want to be part of the podcast, please reach out to us on any one of our platforms. Give us your name, and we'll line you up. It's going to be nice, and give your deepest insights, your thoughts, your understanding of what it's like. You might have a friend who you want to just escort on. We allow that because now women give men platforms, but now it's all about the men giving women platforms to speak their truths, to get their insights, their understandings about what's really going on behind the walls and how you dealt with it coming home. Because many think about it, they feel it, but they're not talking about it.
Yeah, and remember we was talking, and that's good. That's good because even I'm thinking about where Hamza was saying, like those women, he wasn't even in no. I mean, those women was just coming there and just how he had the emotional support and stuff like that. So
that support.
But when I was talking about having, you know, how children, you know, the experiences that children have who have parents that are incarcerated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So,
I mean, you know, 30 years, right? And having somebody come and really care about you is big when you don't have no date and you don't know when you ever coming home, and someone coming between them bars to buy your orange juice, some cookies, crackers,
have to take their shoes off,
right? Telling you gonna be all right. They didn't wipe my tears out my eyes a few times.
Yeah.
I could go on and on and on with that. But it's all about the women, right? Coming on our show, like he said, the pros and cons, and talk about what that struggle was like. You know what I mean? Having someone incarcerated compared to being with someone on the street. What was that struggle like? Because we talk about community building. And we can't build a sound community without the women. Bottom line.
And there's many, and there's many open wounds still. You know, we trying to help close those wounds also.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
No.
Yeah, I say it every night. I say it every night before I go to sleep.
No, it's important.
Yeah.
I grew up with a teen mom who later married a man in prison that was serving life.
Absolutely. If you want to have her teen mom on our show, reach out to us. You can go to our email, Dante 100 Years Enterprise, Dante John Patrick at gmail.com. Send us a message, or you can send us a message on our Instagram, 100 Years DOP on Instagram.
Ooh.
One P. Change that P to O.
Oh, that was the accident.
There we go.
What happened?
Yeah. So anyone who want to come on our podcast, these upcoming episodes, we log you in, put a calendar date by you, and let's make it happen.
Yeah.
And please share it. Again, like, subscribe, share on our YouTube channels. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Well,
absolutely. Lula, I appreciate that. Yes, we do. We have to.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead, Fatima, go, girl.
Yes, come tell your story.
Yeah. We can stay out here all night because
So where's
my blanket?
And we can we can set up a part 2 if you want to.
We could. No, it's important, and we will. Yeah. We will. What I'm doing right now, like, because I wanted to share your story, right? And then God gave me, you know what? I need to showcase everybody who's participating in our resource fair. Everybody that's participating in our resource fair, I'm gonna give people 30 minutes each. That's what we're doing for the next couple of weeks. Everybody participating in our ACEs Awareness Community Resource Fair, August 13th at City Park in Vallejo.
Right. Where's exactly City Park at?
City Park is downtown. It's close to downtown. It's on Marin Street.
Oh, oh yeah. By the library.
Is the library over there? What's right across the road? You know what's right there? It's this old veterans building. What's over there?
By the post office. Is that by the post office?
No, it's up the street. It's like a block over from it's an unemployment behind Nations. It's on Alabama.
Sacramento.
Okay, well, just give us an address. We'll find it. Yeah.
Yes,
just make sure we have the information.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure. And everybody else, yeah, 425 Alabama Street from 11 to 3 p.m. We're gonna have a lot of resources out there. It's a way to network, community networking, different organizations meeting each other. I'm telling you, the people that show up is important. Oh my gosh, last year was huge. It's a backpack and school supplies giveaway. We gave out close to 300 backpacks with school supplies included last year. It was a great turnout. The people that showed up, it was people just able to network amongst each other. It was dope. It was real dope. So
okay,
for this year, y'all. So be sure to attend if you're an organization that want to participate. It's free for organizations to participate. It's free.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we really are interested in. We're gonna try to make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody dropped everything in the.
All right.
My little cousin Maya. Thank you, Maya.
Okay.
My little cousin.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's important to have somebody to misspell it, and
she been having my back ever since she was 1 day old.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's what's up.
Her and her mama.
That's what's up. But yeah, again, we appreciate you. You allowing me to come on and be a co-host. Should I say with Fahim out for
That's what we do.
And,
that's what we do.
It's I really am passionate about what it really takes to acclimate, what it really takes to unify, what it really takes to bring about change, and it takes work. You know what I mean? And the work that we do, right? We see it in our own lives because it's changed us. Right. Our own work has changed us.
Yes.
And made me love him even more because I understand what love is in harmony, right? Through struggle, right? We haven't even got to the point where we can say, man, we arrived. I don't think we ever will. But, just to know that I got a brother on the left side of me and the right side of me that care about my well-being, which is my mental health, right? And everything that comes below that, man, hey, man, my life is grand based on that, So, again, I appreciate everybody.
That's how far love go.
Yeah, who channeled in, man. We appreciate that. And again, check out Motivated to Help Others. Stay in tune with that. Motivated to Help Others. And also 100 Years Enterprise coming to you live near you.
100 Years .biz, 100 Years Enterprise on the YouTube, 100 Years DOP on the Instagram. Our Facebook page is coming soon.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for.
Thank you.
It's been great.
Let's keep this community network, everybody. And it's too much putting down. A lot of people like to say pushing. I like to say pulling. I want to pull the good things towards us. Mm-hmm. Pull everything towards you instead of pushing. Let's pull it towards us.
Yeah. Wow. All right, y'all.
All right.
Fatima, you want to end it? Tell it right. Join us next Wednesday. Every Wednesday. We're here every Wednesday. Bounceback Wednesday. Every Wednesday.
Make sure we have these links too.
So so we could be in the audience and watch and comment as well.
You just go to Facebook. Y'all can go to Facebook right now and thank people for tuning in or communicate with people. But it's all under that on Facebook, on my Facebook, right underneath in the comments and all that, underneath the video.
Well,
you're right. We going to it.
I love that comment.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Take it easy.
My mama's birthday is the day before yours.
What? A Taurus. That's right, moms. All right, Taurus. All right, y'all take it easy.
You too. No, y'all stay on real fast.
All right.